Hello, my name is Gabriella Miltner, and this is my senior project. So when I first came to Cyprus and I auditioned for theater, I was very nervous, and I actually came with 2 duet scenes instead of 2 monologues, and it was very funny. And Mr. G will remember this because I was expecting him to start talking, and in fact, it was just supposed to be me doing the monologue. But anyway, Mr. G so graciously let me try out again when I got into the theater department. So this was me, freshman year, on my first day of school, and I remember just being very nervous, and I was very nervous and very nervous to be in high school and especially in theater. And I came to the black box, and it was just seemed to be an escape. It wasn't a regular classroom. It wasn't a place where you sat down at tables and where you had to learn something from like a whiteboard, or you just came into class, we did warm up, and we started learning theater. And that's what I've always really loved about theater. It was so free-flowing, and it was very easy to just escape and let loose. And theater really has taught me how to escape from my anxiety and how to really let myself go. And yeah, so let's go on to my favorite memories at theater. So I'm first going to start off with districts. So my freshman year, I did not try out for districts. I was, again, very nervous, and I decided not to do it. But then my sophomore year, I did go to districts, and we actually got a superior, Annie and I. We got a superior on our duet acting scene. And then senior year, I went again, of course, and we weren't able to actually go to we were able to go to districts, and we tried out, Tatum and I, with our duet acting scene, and we got a superior again, but we weren't able to go to states, as all of you know, so we had to present it in the black box. But I was very glad that we still got to do it. And this is my old ribbon from, I believe, junior year. This was the old ribbon that I received from my superior. Now I'm going to move on to the shows that I have been in. So I was luckily able to be in Anything Goes, which was the first musical that I was at Cyprus, and I absolutely loved it. I loved being in the show. This is the Anything Goes shirt, and this was me. There's me right there. Oh, right there. And this was us in the dressing room. And then I actually got to do tech for the show. I got to do Danielle's eyeshadow and a bunch of other girls' eyeshadow, and that was just a blast. Then I got to be Miss Reader in Radium Girls my junior year, and that was also quite incredible because it was a play, and it just was a new experience, and I was very happy to be in it. So then we're moving on to probably my favorite part of theater, and this was Beans and Scenes. Now, Beans and Scenes was probably the most fun, creative time that I was able to express myself, and we were basically able to do anything from being Nemo and Dory to doing an SNL skit, and I just absolutely loved that. So Annie and I were, as you can see, in a lot of scenes together, but I was also in scenes with Noah and Erica and Tatum, and my favorite scene by far was Sue Christmas Surprise that we did junior year and senior year. And this is my crazy scene where I'm ripping up the tinsel. But this was freshman year, and I can't even believe this, but this was freshman year. This was my first ever Beans and Scenes. And I remember Annie and I were so nervous to audition for Beans and Scenes, and we had just picked up the scene the night before we were supposed to audition. And I remember we were just so anxious about it, and then we got up on stage, auditioned, and we got the role. And we were so both very proud of ourselves. So then I also got things like pie in my face throughout the years, and that was just hilarious. And so really quick before I move on to my friends that I got to have throughout my Cyprus years, this was me in my sophomore year, Annie and I in our sophomore year. And this was me junior year. And then all of us seniors, senior year. And this was at districts senior year, all of us, and I just love this picture so much. So all the friends, I have had the blessing of having so many friends throughout my time at Cyprus. Cyprus would not have been the same without theater, but it also would not have been the same without my amazing friends that I have come to have. And not all my friends are in these photos. There are so many more of you, and I want to thank you for all your friendships. And yeah, so this is by far my favorite memories at Cypress and in theater. I remember this was sophomore year with the show Bus Stop. And this was during homecoming junior year. If you'd excuse my dog, he's squeaking his toy. This was in theater games, and this was by far one of my favorite memories of theater besides Beans and Scenes was theater games. I was team red, I believe, freshman year, and then team purple either sophomore or junior year. And then we had, of course, the spirit days and the dress-up days. And then this was Danielle, Edward, Patrick, and I think that's Lola, and then Erica was here, and then I'm here. This was us freshman year in the green room. And I remember so many amazing memories in the green room of us all laughing and being silly and studying and probably doing things we shouldn't have been doing during theater class, but I just remember all those funny memories, and I'm so grateful for them. And then these were my achievements that I got to be a part of. I was, of course, the secretary of the troop my junior year. This was me wearing the sash, and this was all the other officers, as you all know. I was a part of Build Crew, which is by far another one of my favorite memories. It really helped me, Build Crew specifically helped me break out of my shell and helped me be the leader that I am slowly growing to be today. I got to design sets, I got to paint, work with a bunch of other amazing people. And then I got, again, a superior at districts with Tatum and a superior at districts with Annie. And then probably the most silly and fun thing that I have done in theater was writing and producing Friender. And this is Tatum and Prop right here as Janet and Chris. And that was just really a dream come true to watch my own work come to fruition, to come and to see my show that I had written and took so much time to write. I got to see it be produced, and that was just amazing. So I'd have to say, after all of these memories that I've brought up, all of these wonderful, amazing people that have impacted my life, the thing that I'm going to take away from theater and the thing that I'm going to take with me for the rest of my life is that you always need a creative outlet. You always need something for you to consistently go back to that is creative, that I have learned is very important to go throughout the rest of your day, to go throughout the rest of your year. You need something that you can go to that is creative and that you are able to just be free in. And for me, that was theater. For other people, that's art, dance, etc. But for me, that's theater. And I always feel that I'm going to do theater every now and then because honestly, it made my high school career just the way of what it was. High school would have been completely different without theater, and I'm so grateful that I have been able to participate in all these amazing and wonderful things. So absolutely that I need to have a creative outlet, but also that I need to let go and that I need to be willing to do things that are out of my comfort zone. I always hated improv. And before I came to theater, I never wanted to be a part of improv. And because of theater and because of Mr. G pushing us to do improv, I now can confidently get up on a stage, take up some random props, and do a funny scene. And I want to thank you for that, Mr. G. And yeah, so I know we aren't able to, as you can see, there's a massive gap right here, and there's a reason for that. Because of COVID, we haven't been able to do a lot of the final senior things that we were supposed to be able to do. And one of those, my favorite, which I've been looking forward to my entire high school career, was putting my hand on the wall in the shop. That was devastating for me. I know that we're going to be able to do it in July, and thank you, Mr. G, for that, but it wasn't the same. So I wanted to make my own little version of that. So if you go over here, I have everyone else in theater that has put such an impact on my life, and I want to say thank you. And one more final thing is that after all of this, after everything that I have been able to experience in theater because of Trip 5341, I now get to move on and go to my dream school, which is Grove City College. And this is going to be the next chapter in my life.
Let me go right in.
So once again, thank you everyone who has been a part of my senior experience and been a part of my high school experience. And I want to say I love you all and have a wonderful summer.